The National Council of Churches has just responded to the pastor being arrested down in KZN for the R word. 13 minors, about 10 boys is it, and 3 girls, or is it 11 boys and 2 girls? And one of these kids actually reported the situation to their mother, and that's how this entire thing actually came up. But there's a comment that the one of the leaders of the council actually said when they were being interviewed at SABC. I'm going to go to that comment just in a second, but I've been meaning to say this particular statement. This video is a sponsored video, and it's been sponsored by this particular number. So it's a number right now, not highlighting a company. For any of your car repair, window repairs, and car key duplication, and also car key programming, you can contact this particular number right here to get your quotation for either whatever model car you have at that particular time. And so you can contact that particular number if you have those services that you want to handle out. But in Gauteng we do, and so do contact that particular number if you are looking for those services. And as we branch out, I will keep you guys alert, but we are doing that for those two particular services: car window repairs and also for car key programming and duplication. And we can go over to the interview question particular. Okay, thank you very much to the sponsor of that video. And also let's get straight into that.
Pastor has been arrested for allegedly raping 13 children between the ages of 5 and 17 in northern KwaZulu-Natal. The suspect appeared briefly in the Ngqotu Magistrates Court today. KwaZulu-Natal lured young girls and boys to watch cartoons and then later groomed them to watch pornographic videos. It's alleged that he started molesting children in 2021, with the last incident occurring on September 18. Let's speak now to Bishop Nathi Zondi, the Executive Committee Secretary of the KwaZulu-Natal Council of Churches. A very good evening to you, Bishop. Thank you so much for taking the time. Were there any suspicions at any time that the pastor could have done this before, or that he was doing this before the parents blew the whistle on him?
Appreciate and commend the Department of Social Development in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, who have taken this up and have brought it to our attention. And I must say that in response to your question, we basically had not known until it was in the media, until it was reported in the media that there was such a case.
As you heard the Council of Churches, as I stated, the particular comment that piqued my interest was when they were asked, did you guys know about this? They say they only knew about it when it was now public, when the media was now reporting about it. That's when they knew about it. Now you might ask yourself, why? Why is it that people are only not telling you? Why is it that people are not involving you in matters like this, where that's actually supposed to be an area of your knowledge? That's the things that you're supposed to be handling, mitigating between communities and churches. But what exactly is the council for? Is it for posting RIP messages? Is it for when you want to be fancy with government? Or has it been because of certain associations and certain things that you guys, Bomandems, have been doing? Like, for instance, there was an article I was reading some time ago, I remember, I think a year or two back, when the whole thing that Solomon and Jay were doing, you guys were out there, you know, organizations like the National Council of Churches, they were out there siding with the person who is being questioned, either advocating for people to be deported or whatnot, which is not a thing. It's not your area of thing. I don't know, you guys are working for Home Affairs. It has shown what exactly is your role. In the third case, a person is abused within a church, they should be going to bodies that are capable of handling the matter, bringing through counseling and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes the reason why they're not coming to you is because of the associations you guys have clearly made, where you are willing to communicate with the one who is the abuser. You know, there are certain words we can't say on YouTube. You're more communicating with that side. Like, for instance, when the whole thing that was happening in Cape Town, with Apostle Mhlala. When that entire jazz was happening over there, you guys sided with him quickly. You sided with him quickly, and you were writing letters for cease and desist and whatnot and all this kind of stuff. If it's not you guys, it's bodies, church bodies like yours, where they side with the other mandem. Take for example, when King James brought about the 1611 Commission, the guys that were the Council of Nicaea, as you might actually call them, right? The council is like y'all, okay? Can I go out, like right now, if I was to go out and conduct interviews and say, what does the Council of Churches do? Do you think 90% of the community or society knows what y'all's role is? Or not even community. Do you think people coming out of church know what the Council of Churches role is? If you can answer that, if you can answer whether you think they know what the Council of Churches does, it takes you back to the scenario of King James, the Council of Nicaea, right? As you may call them, the council, like, yeah, but we know what they did. You see, when King James bought those guys, they were not a church. That's another thing that a lot of people, even believers, there are believers that don't even know that. That council, when it was brought about, it wasn't a church. He didn't like go to the Catholic Church or to the Lutherans or whoever. He didn't go to like a branch of a church and take them to translate the Texas Receptors into the King James Bible. They took scholars of languages, particularly within the area of the biblical text. Okay, these guys knew 6, 7, 8 languages. These guys were they were intellectuals. These people were crazy smart. These people were deep into the language and phrasing and how things could be spoke, how things can be articulated properly. They were experts in that area. So these people were different bishops from different churches. So therefore, when they come together, guess what happens? You can't push your church doctrine over the text. A text is put forward, a group looks at that text and says, okay, this is what it would properly mean, and then the other group agrees or puts it how they would. So that's why it took so long. I think it took, 7 years for them to finish the work of the King James Bible, the 1611. Okay, it's because the council stood not for a church doctrine. They didn't stand for the Lutheran, they didn't stand for the Baptist, they didn't stand, no, they were not just Protestant, no. They stood for one thing. What does the text say? So we knew what they stand for. Do people know what the council is there for? This is a reality check for y'all. You see, that's why you found out, or you only knew with everybody else coming into knowing about it, because people don't know what you stand for. What do you stand for? When we have seen church bodies siding with people who are later in question in courts and whatnot and all this kind of jazz, as I've highlighted situations, another church body was there busy wanting people to be deported. You wanted Solomon to be deported. Is Solomon an illegal South African? He is legal. But was that a factor? No, it doesn't matter. He was siding with the group. A church, that was a church organization. It was siding with the group. So the people have taken that into note. This is just a highlight. So you see here on this channel, we bring it into reality. Yeah, see, the SABC is not going to call you out on it. The SABC is not going to bring that reality check. We can bring that reality check and say, you don't stand for nothing. Are you aware of that? It's a reality check. The quicker you live with the reality check, the better. Freaking Reality Show. We do daily Christian commentary videos. What do you stand for? And I'm going to say that again. Thank you very much again for the sponsor of the video. So that number that you see down there, do contact that number. I will have a better a number that is solely dedicated for that, but that will be done later on. But in the meantime, If you have any particular questions, particularly for either window repairs, for getting a quotation for your car, or for key programming, for a duplication of your key, don't have one master key, have another spare key, you can start saving up for that and do get your quotation on things. So contact that number and I will see you later on. Thank you very much to the sponsor and I will see you later on. It's Ricky. Y'all be blessed. Salute.